It's time for the Coach's Corner Show with your host, Pat Disabato.
Hello and welcome to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. I'm your host, Pat Disabato from the Daily Southtown newspaper, and we are at Lincoln Way East High School, home of the Griffins and home to one of the best games, quarterfinal games, on Saturday. East hosts Homewood Flossmoor, 1 p.m. Going to be a heck of a game. It's a rematch from Week 5. East took them down 28-14, so this is going to be something. And we got a great show for you. Football coach Rob Zvonar will be our guest. He's had this program since the school opened its doors back in 2001, led him to state championships in Class 8A in 2005 and 2017. Also going to have on senior receiver A.J. Henning. He's a Michigan recruit, one of the best football players, not only in this state, but in this country. So we're going to have him on as well. All right, folks, we're going to go to a Beggar's Pizza timeout. Remember, join that Big Cheese Club. Plenty of perks to be had. Get some Beggar's Bucks. It's all good at Beggar's Pizza where they lay it on thick. We come back. Lincoln Way East football coach Rob Zvonar will be our guest. Stay tuned.
We came up with a bunch of clever commercial ideas to entice you into trying Beggar's Pizza. We decided to let the food speak for itself.
Hello, boys. I'm a drop-dead gorgeous pepperoni sausage, hold the vegetables deep dish pizza. Just look at my cheese. Your place or mine. Beggar's Pizza. We lay it on thick.
What is a Southsider? From 8 to 5, he's a hard-hat, hammer-swinging, God-fearing son of pride and strength. Gives everything he has to get his job done. Then gives what he has left to his family and friends. It's here where he'll leave his legacy. It's here where he'll buy his truck. During the summer clearance event, drive a new 2019 Ram just $275 a month. Or get 20% off MSRP at South Oak Dodge Ram.
Having surgery or dealing with some type of nagging pain that limits your function? Then get to Athletics. We offer treatment for all types of orthopedic injuries, work-related injuries, and sports injuries. Therapists with over 20 years of experience provide treatment that is efficient and effective. Our 2,000 square foot clinics offer state-of-the-art equipment from HydroTrack, Blankenship, and Biodex. If your doctor suggests physical therapy, then you suggest Athletics, where every patient is treated like a champion.
All right, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. Our first guest tonight, Lincoln Way East football coach Rob Zvonar. Z, thanks for coming on board again, my man.
Thanks for having me, Pat.
All right, well, another season and another great season by the Griffins. So let's talk about last year and this year. Last year, you're sitting 11-0. This year, you're sitting 11-0. What's the biggest difference, if any, between the two teams?
Well, I think any coach will tell you every team is different and they're unique and they have their own personalities and there certainly is differences between the two. But what is good is, when a team that comes next wants to, when you kind of got something going, you can kind of feel it, because when the team that comes next wants to do better than the ones that came before them. So the kids last year set a great example. Arguably was the most talented team maybe in the history of our program. Didn't finish the way we want, as we know, but some great leaders, and the list would go on and on. Anthony Soto Santo and Jack Baltz and that crew, and Gus Christensen, and you could go on and on about those kids, but they did a great job setting the stage for this group, and this is a special group in their own right, and a lot of these kids have been playing football together since they were really young. There's a group of Frankfort Square Wildcats out of Frankfort Square, led by a kid named A.J. Henning and Sean McLaughlin and Adrian Wilson and Josh Vargas. There's a group from over there that have been playing football since they were this high together. So it's a lot of fun. They're fun to be around. We come to work every day, and whether the talent level is as high or not, it really hasn't seemed to matter, because they just are, they like to come to be together, and they like to work hard at football. So it's been a blessing for us as coaches.
Yep. All right, so you're hosting Homewood Flossmoor. Second time you're playing these guys. You played them back in Week 5, beat them 28-14. Do you like playing a team for a second time, especially a conference opponent? And do you see, does either team have an advantage in your
I don't
eyes?
like playing HF one time. Let alone twice. Once a year is one time too many. So, no, I don't know if there's a specific advantage. I know that, we were outplayed the first time in the first half we played, and we were very fortunate that it was a tied at halftime, and then the ball bounced a little bit better for us in the second half. But to have to prepare for Craig's teams once a year is hard enough, and then you got to turn around and do it again. And they're extremely well coached, great athletes, tough kids. We know who they are, and I think it'll be, if tradition holds up, a game between us and them will be one of those 15-rounders, and either team certainly could be left standing.
It's must-see. Saturday, 1 o'clock at East. Well, their strength is their offensive line. They got like 4 D1 linemen. They're big boys. What do you do to try and combat something like that?
Yeah, it's actually kind of a fun matchup because we feel
the 2 defensive ends who are D1 guys.
Yeah, we've got some good defensive linemen, so I think it'll be, you might see 2 of the better lines, banging heads against each other for a few hours Saturday, and it was about a stalemate a lot of times in the first go around, and but it'll come down to the line play in some respects, but there's certainly a lot of skilled players and other players that are unbelievable as well. But their offensive line is the real deal. We know that, and they're as good as we've seen, and we'll have to be ready every snap, or it's not, you don't just get beat, you end up on your back, so you got to be ready to go.
Looking at your team, what has impressed you most about this group?
I just think the daily, the daily work ethic, the daily desire. We've been wearing redefined bracelets all year. That's kind of been our mantra, our motto, and what we mean by redefined is it's not just the football field, but it might start there, where every day we come to work, we want to be better than the day we were before. Pretty simple philosophy, but we also want to extend that over into our personal lives, and not only be better football players than we were the day before, but better students, better sons, better daughters, or I'm sorry, not daughters, better friends, better sons, better citizens in every phase of our life. And our guys have really bought into that, and you'll hear them get a break on Redefined all the time, because that just means that they're going to come back tomorrow and fight even harder than they did the day before to be better football players and hopefully better human beings as well.
Yeah, in the big picture, being a better human being is what it's all about, man, down the road.
We're very fortunate to get to use the game of football as a tool to hopefully emphasize that too. And we certainly make our mistakes as coaches and aren't always the best examples in that because of our competitive nature, but at the same time, it's been a lot of fun seeing these kids grow up and being with them every day. And nobody wants to lose, but I think the biggest thing would be just losing out on spending time with this group.
Yep.
It's from our coaching staff down to our last player. It's been a blessing.
Well, our next guest, A.J. Henning, Michigan recruit, receiver, running back, kind of does a little bit of everything for you guys, man. I think that's the big difference at this stage, isn't it, from last year? He's healthy.
Sure.
You got him rolling.
You kind of remember what happened when he was healthy when he was a sophomore.
Yeah.
Things ended a little different than last year, but I'm really just happy for him that he's not fighting through that nagging injury situation that he was a year ago, and he's been certainly consistent week to week, and he's been named now an All-American officially by the Army, what used to be called the Army All-American Bowl, still the All-American Bowl out in San Antonio. He's going to play in that, and he was also chosen to play in a kind of an up-and-coming game out in Hawaii called the Polynesian Bowl. So he's always felt like an All-American to us, but he truly is now, and it's been fun to see him play like that on a weekly basis.
Yep.
And the fun part about AJ is, and you know him a little bit now, that it's on and off the field too. It's easy to root for him because he's not only an electrifying football player, but he has such an infectious personality and genuinely cares about other people, and he's really fun to be around all phases.
Yep. Well, and I know it's. You don't want to ever look ahead, and this is such a big game. And I think playing a rival like this, it kind of forces your kids to focus on this game. But, you get past this game, and then there's the possibility of a rematch from last year's semifinals at Loyola. If Loyola beats Marist.
I don't remember last year's semifinals.
So, your kids can't be like, hey, man, we got to win this game so we get a shot at Loyola if they beat Marist. When Marist already beat them once this year. Have you talked to your kids? Don't even think about that, or what?
You know what? Our guys have so much respect for HF, and they know what HF can do to you if you're not ready to go. I think it seems like a season away to even move past this round. So I think everybody is all in on this week, and it's the HF Vikings, and they've earned that respect, and our kids are ready to prepare their hardest, or they know that whatever happens after this week won't apply to them because we'll be turning in our equipment. So no, I know what you're saying, but it's not been discussed, and I guess if you let yourself go there, it'd be good to get that rematch and see if you can change the result. But we got an awful tall order in front of us and a big mountain in the way before we can even go there.
That's for sure, man. Well, what's remarkable is the fact that this school opened in 2001, and you have made the playoffs every single season. You've won 2 state championships. Did you imagine this type of success, man, to qualify every year? And not just getting the first round. I mean, you're going places, man. You know what I mean?
Well, I appreciate that. And, there's a couple things with that. I mean, first of all, too much is given, much is expected. And we're awful blessed to live in this community and have some of the resources that maybe some schools don't. And, the resources of supportive administration and tremendous coaches and great youth programs and the kids and parents that are bought in, and so that's all been such a blessing. And then on top of that, going back to 2001, we were given great tools from Rob Galimi and the Linkaway Central program. Coach Joel Palisard and I and a few other guys were actually at the time some names: Steve Tomzak, Steve Provis, principal at Central. Jason DeWolf, who's over at Central coaching still. We were given, Jack Eddy, some really great tools to start a program with, and to be able to spend 6 years and learn football from Rob Galimi and how to run a program was probably why we've had the measure of success here, especially early on, till we kind of learned how to do some things our own way. But probably some staples of this program are still what we've learned from Rob, and we've got Dale Augustine with us now who's on that staff, and that staff had John Piazza on it, and Mike Sejan, and Tony Katauskas, and that what an all-star staff that was back in the day. And so we were equipped to come over here and do that, not really ever thinking we'd accomplish what they had done over there with names like Paws and whatnot. So those were some special football years over there. So no, we're very humbled, and I guess you don't ask too many questions. You just kind of keep grinding away. But,
no, man, you guys have done a tremendous job, man, and you're very accommodating. You're always promoting your kids and your program, and you're doing it the right way, my man. That's what's important.
Well, that means a lot, because I know it ain't your first rodeo either.
No, it's not, my man. No, it is not. All right, my man. Good luck Saturday.
Okay.
It's going to be a fun game. Great atmosphere. Folks, I don't care what Mother Nature throws at us on Saturday. This is the place to be, 1 o'clock. It's going to be a great ball game, man. 2 great programs, great coaches. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, folks, going to Lisa Thomas Salon timeout. Remember, 3 locations: Mokina, Tinley Park, Orland Park. When we return, A.J. Henning, senior receiver, punt returner, kick returner, quarterback, running back, does a little bit of everything. Michigan recruit. He'll be our guest. Stay tuned.
At Lisa Thomas Salon, we think loving yourself and your selfie starts with the perfect stylist. That's why we've assembled an amazing team, each with a unique passion for beauty, providing the perfect combination of innovation and experience. Then adding just a little bit of fun. For hair, skin, nails, and makeup, no one does beautiful like Lisa Thomas, because life's too exciting to settle for the same old thing. Schedule today at Lisa Thomas Salon, a Redken Elite partner with 3 area locations.
Bob's Auto Body and Repair in Blue Island has been prospering since 1968 when Robert Warniak Sr. opened a business. Bob's goal? To go above and beyond to satisfy their customers. Whether it's a small ding or a major collision repair, Bob's has a trained technician and state-of-the-art equipment to meet the high standards their customers expect and that Bob's demands. Bob's also offers complete mechanical services for your automobile, from an oil change to brake repairs. Mention this ad, Bob's will detail your car for free with any auto body work or give you a free oil change with any mechanical work. Bob's Auto Body and Repair, Blue Island.
If you're suffering from physical pain, nothing else matters. The one thing that should is Midwest Orthopedic Consultants, because experience never mattered more. Serving the community for 25 years with over 90 years of combined orthopedic experience, our fellowship-trained surgeons provide individualized care to those suffering from orthopedic pain. We deliver comprehensive care from diagnostic to surgical to rehabilitative services, all under one roof in each of our locations. Midwest Orthopedic Consultants, bringing university-level orthopedic care close to home.
All right, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. Our next guest, Lincoln Way senior receiver, running back, kick returner, punt returner, do it all, AJ Henning. AJ, how's it going, my man?
It's going great. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for coming on board. Before we get to some questions, I want to mention 2 big games this guy's got after the season. Heading to Hawaii for the Polynesian Bowl in January, and then earlier in January, you're at the All-American game in San Antonio. So pretty cool honors, huh, man?
Yeah.
That's got to be pretty exciting to start the whole year off with a trip to San Antonio, then Hawaii.
Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, so this week, Saturday, 1 o'clock at Lincoln Way East, you guys are playing HF for the second time this season. Is that something you're looking forward to, playing a conference rival a second time, or would you prefer to play someone that you haven't played before?
Oh, it's something I look forward to every time. It's a big conference rival game, as you said, and, I know that they're going to give us their best effort every time, and especially playing them a second time. We got their best shot at them earlier this season, and now that we're playing them again, we know it's going to be a great battle.
Yeah, it's going to be the game of the weekend. There's no doubt about it. All right, so you had dozens of scholarship offers from various colleges at Division I level. So kind of take us what it's like, man. I mean, you're a teenage kid. You're getting all these text messages. You're getting all these types of calls. Social media is exploding. What is that experience like? Nerve-wracking, anxiety, fun? Take us through this process, and before you settle on Michigan.
Mm-hmm. It's really humbling. I know I'm blessed to be in that position to have scholarship offers from all over the nation to be able to pick any school. So it was humbling, and sometimes it can be overwhelming with the coaches calling and stuff like that. But it was a really cool experience, and I'm so blessed to go through the recruiting process.
Was it a relief though when you finally said, "Man, this is it. I'm making my decision," or what?
Oh yeah, no doubt. After I made my decision, it was just like a weight lifted off my shoulders, and now I can just focus on just going to school and just finishing out my senior year playing football here at East.
Yep. All right. So what was it about Michigan that you said, you know what, this is the place I want to be. I want to be a Wolverine.
Going through the process, me and my family, we just looked at overall fit. So we looked, do I fit in socially? Do I fit in academically? Is this a school that I see myself at, outside of football and stuff of that nature? So Michigan was just an overall fit for me. I felt comfortable being on campus. I felt comfortable being around the football guys and football facility, and it could put me in position academically and athletically to take that next step.
Yep. Do you have any idea what you want to major in?
Yeah, I want to be a business major, finance or marketing.
There you go. All right.
Yes,
so you made that official visit to Michigan, and you attended a game, and you hadn't done that prior to the season starting. So what was that like? Well, I know we talked about it off camera, but what was that like, man, to go to the big house and experience that situation?
It was like an experience like no other. The big house is truly one of a kind. Just walking in and seeing just a monstrous stadium and all the fans, just how engaged they were and the love they have for their university, it was awesome. It was a crazy experience.
I get a kick out of some kids, they'll commit as a freshman or as a sophomore, and I always think, and it doesn't matter in the sport, I'm like, when you commit this early, you just don't know if the head coach is going to be around. You know what I mean? You'd rather wait till your junior and senior year. How much did you take into effect that situation? Hey, is Coach Harbaugh going to be there? I'm going to make this commitment. Was that something that you kind of thought about as you were whittling it down to the final choice?
Yeah, that's something you look at. The coaching staff, stability of, are they going to be there when you're there? And that's something we took into consideration, me and my family. But either way, if he was there, if he wasn't, Michigan was just a school I felt so comfortable at outside of football, where academically and just being on campus, I was just so comfortable, and it felt at home for me. So for me, aside from the football stuff, it didn't matter. Michigan was my home, in my heart that I knew.
Yep, yeah, that's the key, man. There's no doubt about it. All right, your grandfather is the great Quinn Richardson. And we did a story last year on you too. And Quinn, I'm an Eisenhower guy. Quinn's an Eisenhower grad, a little bit older than I am, but what a remarkable basketball player at Eisenhower. He's a legend. And then he went on to Illinois, captained their men's basketball team. obviously he went through this situation, not as much as you did, obviously. But what kind of advice did your grandfather give you as you were going through this process?
Yeah, he told me about his process a little, going back in the day with it, and he ultimately chose Illinois because it was the best fit for him. But he just told me, look at the things that were most important to you. And me and my family sat down and looked at those things, and he told me to just stay focused on my goals and keep God first and keep school first, and come down to a decision that was best for me and myself.
Yep. Well, I'll tell you, man. When you get me a picture, because I have to see Quinn Apple Richardson in Michigan gear, man. Because I know
I'm gonna try to get him.
I know, man. Family first, and he's gonna support you 100%. But that was Mr. Illinois. You know what I mean? He's
yes,
Mr.
sir.
Illinois, but he's getting rid of that, man. Right?
Yes, sir.
That's awesome. Well, tell your grandfather I said hello, and your mom too, man. And good luck this week. I'll be out there, and most of all, man. Besides this guy just being a tremendous athlete, great track person as well. But you're a great young man, and obviously your folks raised you right, my man.
Thank you.
All right, folks. We're going to go to an athletics, sports, and orthopedic physical therapy timeout. When we return, talk about players of the week, and we'll have some other good stuff. So stay tuned. Athletic Sports and Orthopedic Physical Therapy is a 2,200 square foot facility that includes the latest in rehabilitation equipment, including the HydroTrack underwater treadmill. All therapists at Athletics are experienced and offer hands-on treatment for patients that require such therapy. Whether it's your feet, ankles, knees, hips, lower back, shoulders, elbows, wrists, neck, or jaw, Athletics is here to help. We at Athletics understand you as a patient have the right to choose where you receive treatment. Ask your physician if Athletics, with locations in Oak Lawn and Orland Park, is right for you.
What is a Southsider? From 8 to 5, he's a hard hat, hammer-swinging, God-fearing son of pride and strength. Gives everything he has to get his job done. Then gives what he has left to his family and friends. It's here where he'll leave his legacy. It's here where he'll buy his truck. During the summer clearance event, drive a new 2019 Ram just $275 a month, or get 20% off MSRP at South Oak Dodge Ram.
Whether you're in the mood for a Chicago-style hot dog, Italian beef sandwich, Philly cheesesteak, or charbroiled cheeseburger, Joey's Red Hots has you covered. In the mood for something lighter, Joey's Salads promises to hit the spot. Looking to cool off on a hot day or after a workout? Joey's refreshing homemade Italian ice will satisfy. Come check out Joey's Red Hots at 17400 Wolf Road in Orland Park or at 115th Street and Western Avenue in the Beverly community, where they're open until 5 a.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. No matter which location you visit, Joey's Red Hots promises to provide exceptional tasting food at an affordable price. Hi, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. I'd like to thank Lincoln East football coach Rob Zvonar and senior receiver A.J. Henning for being our guests. Remember, Saturday, 1 o'clock, 11-0 Lincoln Way East against 10-1 Homewood Flossmoor here in Frankfort. All right, folks, results segment sponsored by Athletic Sports and Orthopedic Physical Therapy, 2 locations, Oak Lawn and Orland Park. Game I was at Friday night, Richards 42, Peoria 34. For the Dogs, LaShawn Williams, 283 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns. Anthony Perry had a 101-yard pick 6. That was a big-time momentum changer. Javon Robinson hit Damian Evans on a 20-yard TD pass. Up next for the Dogs, they have to travel to East St. Louis and face the 11-0 Flyers. That's going to be a big-time task, 3 o'clock kickoff in East St. Louis for that one. Mount Carmel 34, Glenbard North 14. For Mount Carmel, Jordan Lynch, 128 yards rushing, 4 touchdowns. Kanena Otaluga, 101 yards rushing. Marty O'Brien had an 86-yard pick 6. Up next for the Caravan, they host Phillips Saturday, 1 p.m. Game I was at on Saturday, Providence 61, Crete Monee 37. This game was much closer than that. It was 40-37 midway through the 4th quarter. For Crete Monee, Trayvon Rudolph had a great game, man. 201 yards rushing, 4 touchdowns. He had some electric runs. Kevon Jones, 76-yard kickoff return for a touchdown for the Warriors, who finished 10-1. For Providence, Aaron Vaughn, man, 366 yards rushing, 4 touchdowns. Here's a kid who graduated from Crete Middle School, played on the Crete Bulldogs youth football team, knows all these dudes. He decided to go to Providence, still lives in the Crete area. told me he had trouble sleeping the night before. He thought he was going to puke when he got to the field on Saturday. He had so many nerves playing against his buddies, but wow, what a performance, man. Kevin Conway had 3 touchdowns. Lucas Porto had a TD reception. Up next for Providence, Chatham Glenwood. They're the #1 seed. They're 11-0. That game will take place 2 p.m. in New Lenox on Saturday. The Labriola Bakery Cafe Golden Baguette Player of the Week. Man, we got to hook up Providence running back Aaron Vaughn. 366 yards rushing, 4 TDs, and did it against his buddies, man. There were a lot of hugs in that handshake line afterward. So we're going to hook up with a $25 gift card. Compliments of Labriola Bakery Cafe in Streeterville and Oak Brook, Stan's Donuts, La Barra. We're going to be taping up there in a couple weeks. All right, and Elisa Thomas Salon Teen Club Player of the Week. Marist Volleyballs, Maddie Arundel had 6 kills and 10 digs to lead Marist to the Class 4A Super Sectional Championship win over Sandburg. We're going to hook her up with a goodie bag. Compliments of Lisa Thomas Salon in Tinley Park, Orland, and Mokina. All right, folks, when we come back, high and tight. Stay tuned.
Looking for a unique dining experience with incredible food? Then check out Labriola Bakery Cafe. Opened by Rich Labriola, Chicago's premier artisan baker, you know they'll have great bread, but you won't believe the rest of their menu. Wood-fired Neapolitan pizzas, fresh pasta, and their world-famous Richie Burger. There's also homemade gelato and, of course, their famous bread. Labriola Bakery Cafe and Neapolitan Pizzeria, conveniently located in the Oak Brook Promenade.
At Lisa Thomas Salon, we think loving yourself and your selfie starts with the perfect stylist. That's why we've assembled an amazing team, each with a unique passion for beauty, providing the perfect combination of innovation and experience. Then adding just a little bit of fun for hair, skin, nails, and makeup. No one does beautiful like Lisa Thomas, because life's too exciting to settle for the same old thing. Schedule today at Lisa Thomas Salon, a Redken Elite partner with 3 area locations.
Welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. All right, high and tight, sponsored by our good friends at Midwest Orthopedic Consultants, 2 locations, Oak Lawn and Orland Park. All right, folks, back in 2014, we had a kid by the name of Max Struess on the Coach's Corner Show. He was throwing down dunks at Stagg. Great young man. Went on to play at Lewis, left Lewis, went to DePaul, had a great career at DePaul. Went to training camp with the Boston Celtics this season, and I'm getting cut at the very end, but he just signed with the Bulls. He's got a 2-way contract with the Bulls and the Windy City Bulls of the G League. Good luck to Max Struess, man. Success story, great young man. Check him out. All right, folks, have a great week.